The distance from your hip joint to the center of rotation is 3 inches. The distance from the club head to the center of rotation is 75 inches. 75 divided by 3 is 25. This means that any increase in hip speed is going to be multiplied 25 times at the club head. It's like this toy propeller. The distance from the outside of the stick to the center is 1/8 of an inch. The distance from the tip of the propeller to the center of rotation is 4 inches. 4 divided by 1/8 is 32. The speed of the stick is multiplied 32 times at the tip of the propeller. This is why you can get the propeller to fly by turning the stick, but you can't get it to fly by turning the propeller. There is no leverage at the propeller, just like there is no leverage with your arms. This is why the traditional swing speed trainers don't work. Swinging a heavy club or stick, swinging several clubs, lifting weights, they all work on the propeller. The Somax Power Hip Trainer is the only aerobic exercise machine designed to specifically increase the strength and speed of the hips for golf. When you increase the speed of your hips just 1 mile an hour, you will increase the speed of your driver 25 miles an hour. The average golfer swings the driver about 90 to 100 miles an hour and hits the ball 210 to 220 yards. The top pros swing 115 to 125 miles an hour and drive the ball 250 to 300 yards. The average golfer turns his hips only 1 mile an hour. The average pro turns his hips 2.4 miles an hour. This is why the average golfer is stuck at 225 yards off the tee. This is why swinging a heavy club or working out with weights does not get you to drive the ball 300 yards. There is no speed multiplier in the arms. Instead, increase your swing speed the easy, effortless way, the 25 times way, with the Somax Power Hip Trainer. But there's more. Most golfers are worried that if they add 25 miles an hour to their swing, they won't be able to control the ball. Actually, the opposite is true. When you rely on your arms for swing speed, you tend to come down over the top, slicing the ball. When you rely on your hips and your natural built-in speed multiplier, your hips will pull your club down to the swing plane. You hit the ball on plane, straighter and longer to the target. In addition, golfers who rely on their arms to swing the club tend to cast the club. This further reduces club head speed at impact. Increasing your hip speed automatically reduces casting. And there's even more. Because you are working the big muscles of the body, the legs and hips, you'll be burning more calories when you work out on your Power Hip Trainer. And for you golfers who are already long off the tee, you can get even longer. Here is one of our golfers who trained on his Power Hip Trainer and went from an average of 290 yards to an average of 350 yards. The swing you see here was 375 yards and landed in a very narrow fairway.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All engines running. Launch commit. Liftoff. We have liftoff at 9:34 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Downrange 1 mile.
The Power Hip Trainer is tough, durable, and easy to assemble. The heart of the Power Hip Trainer is the special heavy-duty steel spring that provides resistance to rotation. It takes a few minutes to assemble, you buckle yourself in, and you're good to go. You start by turning 90 degrees in each direction to warm up and stretch the hips. After just a 2-minute warm-up, you're ready to get down to business. You turn the hip cinch to the closed position, which automatically increases the resistance to strengthen your hips. If you haven't tested your hip strength, visit our website at the end of this video to see our hip strength test. Most golfers have weak hips because there is no natural resistance to hip rotation in golf. The Power Hip Trainer fixes this problem by providing resistance to rotation. It builds up the strength and speed of your hip muscles so that you add another 25 miles an hour to your swing speed. In the first 2 minutes in the closed position, you'll already start to sweat and breathe harder, two signs that you are burning calories and increasing your fitness while adding 25 miles an hour to your swing speed. No more boring stationary bikes or tedious treadmills to get fit and burn fat. Next, you go to the separation movement with your Power Hip Trainer. The average golfer rotates his whole body at the same time on the downswing. This robs the golfer of swing speed and also leads to inconsistency on the golf course. Long ball hitters start with their lower body, then rotate their hips, then their shoulders, then their arms and hands. The separation drill on your Power Hip Trainer teaches you this skill. Keeping your upper body still, you rotate your hips against resistance from 60 degrees closed to 60 degrees open. The Power Hip Trainer is like having your own personal trainer and swing coach on call 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Next, turn the hip cinch 180 degrees to the open position. This is where things get really interesting. Now the Power Hip Trainer is going to turn your hips faster than you can turn them yourself. There's a small part of your brain that unconsciously sets a speed limit on how fast your hips can go. The problem is, this speed limit is too low. It's based on how fast you already turn your hips. With the Power Hip Trainer, you blast through that speed limit and your brain adapts by automatically increasing the speed you turn your hips. Just as you did with the hip cinch in the closed position, you now work on your separation, this time for speed. You are learning to turn your hips fast, independently of your upper body. This is a skill only the best golfers have, but one that your Power Hip Trainer can teach you. Leaving the hip cinch in the open position, you are now ready to work on your other side. It's important to work your hips in both directions to balance your muscles. Working your hips to your right is going to build up the stability of your right side so that you have a more stable backswing. In this way, you'll have more speed, more distance, and more control. Now you're ready for your transition drill. This is where you transfer the strength and speed of your new hips to your club. You easily swing your club back and forth, but turn your hips faster than your club. Fast hips, slow hands is what we call this drill. Now you're ready to experience faster, effortless swing speed. Go ahead, hit some balls. Listen to the sound of your club as it rips through the air. Notice how the ball launches off the club face with no feeling of effort on your part. Take advantage of your natural speed multiplier, already built into your own body. Don't waste any more time trying to get your drives to fly off the club face by strengthening the propeller. It's never going to work. Instead, multiply your speed 25 times with the Somax Power Hip Trainer. The Power Hip Trainer comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee and a 1-year warranty on parts. It also comes with a 90-minute DVD that shows 26 different drills for right and left-handed golfers. Order your Power Hip Trainer today at www.swing-speed.com. That's swing-speed.com. Let the speed come to you with your Power Hip Trainer. You'll burn fat, exercise your heart, increase your control, and add 25 miles an hour to your swing speed.